And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm grateful and happy that you decided to be here with us. My name is Ioana. I am originally from Romania and I'm coming to you live from Ottawa, Ontario. Guys, tonight we're gonna pull up the curtain to the online space. And if you are here because you want an extra stream of income, or you want to be your own boss and start your own business, you want to have success in the online space, learn something new, you are in the right place. And the best moment to start is right now, today. Okay, so I'm so excited and happy to be here with you. And today we'll talk about our comprehensive program. This program was created by experts for regular people like myself and you to have success in the online business. It was created because we want people from all over the world to be able to start and grow a business in the online space. And you can do it. If I was able to do it, you can do it too. So I know how you feel because I was exactly in the position that you are right now in 2019 when I started my business. And I was so scared. My fear was right there, and I know exactly the feeling. But my desire to change and my why was much bigger. So that's why right now I'm here in front of you, and I want to share this incredible opportunity with you guys. So tonight's presentation is split in two parts. The first part of the presentation, we have two amazing presenters, Nisreen and Garrett. They will do an overall of our program. And in our second part of the presentation, we have amazing panelists right here. You can see them. Thank you, ladies, for being here with me tonight. I'm so grateful that you decided to give your time to be here with us and to share from your experience. You know, guys, we have thousands of people in our community and from all over the world. And we bring new faces every single time, twice a week, for you to be able to listen from them. They are using our system and they have success. So let's get this started. If you want to just grab a pen and paper, a glass of water, your favorite snack, put down all your questions. And when this webinar is done, you can send an email to the person who sent you the link for this webinar with all the questions, and they will respond to your email 100%. So I'm going to give the floor to our amazing Nisreen, and let's get this started. Nisreen, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for that great introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. My name's Nisreen. I'm going to be one of your presenters tonight, and I'm excited that you're here, and I'm also very excited to share with you this amazing system and this program. So what we're going to be doing tonight is showing you exactly how we've already for years have been helping thousands of people get up and running with their own online business and do it successfully. And we're going to show you how you can also do the same. So just sit back and enjoy. Just get a paper and pen, whatever you need, get comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides in just a second. So just bear with me. I will be right back. Okay, everyone, here we go. So tonight, you are definitely in the right place. And tonight, it's all about you, your goals, and your own online business. And who are we, you're probably asking? Well, let me tell you, we have been doing this for a very, very long time. This is a webinar that we have been showing people all around the world without fail twice a week for years. And we know that the best way to help people is through giving them the means to actually just help themselves by providing you with the tools that you need so that you can do this successfully and create the freedom and security that you and your family deserve. And by us giving you the means to build and manage your own business, it's really just putting the control back in your hands so that you can control your own future. I mean, that's huge, right? And as a business coach, I really think that this is the best way to help people. And that's why we're here tonight. So the question is, how do we help people? Well, with the most comprehensive all-in-one system where we're going to provide you with everything that you need under one roof, something that no one else in the online space has done at all, not to mention done as well as we have. And, in the same way that a franchise gives you either package of systems and training of what's already worked time and time again for them, this is in many ways our version of an online franchise. We're going to give you the training, the systems, the program, and the support that you're going to need in order to be successful. We're even going to show you the right products to plug into so that you can get up and running in the shortest amount of time possible, so that you can skip all that startup phase, which is where most new business owners struggle, to be honest, and you can get building with momentum your business as fast as possible. This is a system built for you by experts in the industry so that you don't need to be one already. And you don't need previous experience here. Let us be clear, this is not something where you need a business degree or business background in order to see results with a system like this. This is made for anyone. So I hope that you are excited. We're excited to show this to you tonight. We have an amazing presentation, and we're going to dive into how it works and why it works. But before we go any further, I'm going to pull on someone to help me. My co-presenter, Garrett, is with me tonight, and I'm so happy to have you join us tonight. Garrett, please tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
All right, thank you, Nazreen. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Garrett. I've been working online now with my wife, Jill, for the last 5 years. And honestly, we've been very successful. We're really living our dream lives right now. We both left our old careers. We work from home or kind of from anywhere that we are. And we've done very, very well financially as well. So things are really good, but honestly, they weren't always good, right? We really did come from nothing, right? Before I was working online, I was in the Navy for a good 12 years. And, there was a certain point where I kind of looked back on the last, decade or so of my life and, I'd done everything right. According to the life checkbox, right? I ticked off all those boxes. I graduated high school. I went to university. I got a really good, stable career in the military. I met my wife. We had a bunch of kids and we're doing all these things right. But after, doing all these right things, the things that you're apparently supposed to do, somehow it just didn't add up, right? We didn't have any money. We couldn't do anything, right? So basically I'm sailing around the world for months at a time, right? Missing my wife and kids. Jill's working full-time, serving tables, and we're basically both missing out on being parents to our kids, and spouses to each other. And all of that just so we could barely stay afloat financially. Right. And, looking back, I'm shocked it took me so long to realize this. But, once we kind of came to terms with the fact that we were going nowhere, we really took action and changed things. There was a kind of a line in the sand moment, honestly, where, we just kind of said enough is enough, right? What we're doing isn't working. So we started looking for other ways to make money elsewhere. And we turned to the online world and we found something that actually worked. And that's really what we're going to be talking here about today. We worked our butts off and we're at the point now where I'm making more money in a month than I used to in an entire year in the Navy. Okay. And the best part about this is that kind of thing happens all the time, right? We have hundreds of people who have done the same thing, but we'll get into that in a little bit here. For now, let's get into kind of what we're going to cover tonight. Okay. So, more than anything, guys, we want you to get the message that this is something that anybody can do, right? I'm no tech whiz. I had no experience working online or with computers really before this. I'm still clueless when it comes to technology, right? We have people from like 20-year-old college students all the way to like 65-year-old grandparents that are running successful businesses online with us. It really comes down to the fact that if you have Wi-Fi, you can do this. Okay. And we're going to show you how to actually start your business and become successful with it. And we're going to help you along the whole process as you go. Right now, you've probably noticed that a lot of people around you have been turning to the online space recently. And maybe it's to earn a secondary stream of income. Maybe it's to replace their primary one. And I think it's really important to have a look at why that is. The last 2 years now really have just been crazy, right? It's been crazy and it seems to only be getting crazier and stranger. And if you look around you, you'll see in a lot of cases all over the planet, the people who aren't working online kind of are having a harder time than the ones who are. You know what I mean? The world was already moving towards, doing everything online, sales online, all the social media, all that stuff, right? And the pandemics and the lockdowns and COVID and everything that's come with all of this has really just added fuel to that fire, right? Everything is moving online and has moved online because the internet is, quite simply, it's better and it's faster. And overall, it's a heck of a lot cheaper to run a business online than anywhere else. Right now, I think the best part of all of this still, in my mind, is that this is still all pretty new stuff, guys. You're getting in at the beginning here. The internet's like 30 years old. And in the long term, like the grand scheme of things, that's really nothing. Right. And we can all agree that the internet presents a massive opportunity, right? Just look at everything.com, right? Imagine where you'd be if you'd invested in Amazon in the 90s or Microsoft in the 80s, right? You'd be a millionaire or a billionaire at this point. The richest people on the planet are all in technology. They're all in internet-based businesses. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all those guys, right? That's technology, internet, and software, right? That's how powerful technology is here, guys. And our results are obviously smaller than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all them, but we are all making money in the same way here. And that's with technology and with the internet. And I think our results really do speak for themselves.
100%. And I'm just going to direct your attention, guys, to this beautiful collage just for 1 second. This is just a very small example of people who didn't wait and who just said enough's enough. They just responded by taking action. And, they just said that we want to take the control back in our hands, and we have a community that, hit over 100,000 people recently. So as you can imagine, we couldn't fit all the job quitters on this to show you, but so there's definitely a lot more. And I can tell you from my own experience, this is a freedom unlike any other. I came from the hospitality industry myself. And I had 3 jobs when I started this business. And within 9 months, I quit all of them. And I've never gone back to hospitality since. And, what we've seen with COVID is just that the internet is now truly the safest place to work. So besides all the other smart reasons to, start an online business, our health now is a huge factor as well. So this kind of begs the question in a way, is this for you? Well, I could technically ask you, are you tired of waking up to an alarm clock and going to a job that you don't like? Or are you struggling to pay your bills? Or do you want to be your own boss and it's something you've always wanted? But no matter who you are, even if you're one of the rare lucky ones who genuinely loves their job, it's going to come at a cost when you're exchanging time for money. No matter who you are, everyone can benefit from, either an additional stream of income to help your family or a replacement income completely that doesn't come from a job where you're exchanging your time for money. An online income source is truly the solution here. So, it comes to the point where I honestly think that this is definitely for anybody. This is a matter of, do you want to spend more time with your family? Do you know that everybody that I speak to on the phone, this is the top number one priority for them. This is everybody's main reason, and having more money to do the things you want in life. Well, who doesn't want that? Who wouldn't say yes to that? And as far as having, that preparation for retirement and a nest egg, guys, this is not a cushy kind of idea here. Having a nest egg to retire comfortably is a necessity. It's an absolute necessity. My own serving jobs, for example, were not as rigid as a 9 to 5, but I still had no freedom. I made okay money, but I wasn't happy. I was juggling, running around like a headless chicken from one job to the next, amongst other things in my life. And I was tired, worn out, and I would have given anything to stop serving. And luckily, I found something in time. And, the automation in the system allows you to start living your life now instead of waiting till you're 65. What I love is that I don't have to put my living on hold. I'm not in front of my computer for endless hours a day, working around the clock until I'm 65, but rather the automation in my business means that the machines the machines are just so incredible because they don't take breaks. They don't walk away. Talk about like a time and a money saver. I don't have to be in 10 places at once. In other words, my business is running and earning me money while I'm spending time with my family or doing anything that I want to do, flying to the next spot on the globe because I love to travel. Time is truly the only commodity that we can't get more of or get back for that matter, right? So wouldn't you want to spend the time that you do have left with those who mean the most to you and doing the things that you love?
And just to be clear here, guys, this is not a get rich quick scheme. And flipping through your social media, you can see the world is just so full of those right now. We're probably the only people telling you that we're not going to make you a millionaire tomorrow. Right. And we're proud of that. Right. This is a legitimate business. I'm a real person. I have a real business and I'm getting real results. Right. So are we all. Now, don't get me wrong too. I'm not your everyday person and neither is anyone here. This wasn't my backup plan. Right. This was my plan. This was the thing that was going to change my life for me and my family. And that's exactly what it did. We've been working online now for 5 years, like I said. And the one thing I can guarantee you is that our system works if you work it. All right. I'm living proof of that. You saw all those job quitters a couple slides back. That's just a tiny cross section, but they're also living proof of this. Our system is solid. Our system is tested. It works, guys. The only variable here is you.
100%. And that's something we reiterate in our business community all the time. And, since becoming my own boss 4.5 years ago, my life, guys, has no walls, no limits. I decide when and how much I work and how much I earn. I love the fact that I'm not limited to going to a building to earn money. My business's location is everywhere. It goes where I go. I'm not limited to a schedule set by my boss who needs to fill the shifts or whatever, but I'm working when and how much I want and taking time off when I want. And I'm not limited to answering to someone else who decides how much I make. That's the worst of it all. And I think most people would agree with that. I live in Vancouver here, and the government here, and I think this is across the whole country of Canada, allows restaurant owners to pay their servers below minimum wage. It's a crazy legal loophole that actually keeps serving staff in a place of totally being dependent on their tips to live off because their paychecks are really, really tiny. And, the money instead that my business generates in 1 month covers several months of living expenses. And there's no ceiling to your income here. So if you've always wanted to work for yourself, but have had no idea how or where to even begin, then you're exactly in the right place. And you're exactly the type of person who the system it was built for. In the last few years, I've seen so many people do incredible things in our community. People are capable of doing really amazing stuff, but often they just need a little help. So that's why we want to start you off on the right foot here with a rock solid foundation. So just as you would, need a really firm foundation when building a house, the same is true for an online business. So first, we're going to talk about pillars, because in any business, offline or online, there's the same 3 pillars that you need for any business to be successful. But the way in which you would say set up these pillars in an offline business is extremely different than in the online world. So what we're going to do is share with you how we've taken care of each of these 3 pillars for you so that you can get set up properly and easily. So let's start them off with pillar number 1, Garrett.
Now, thanks to the internet, we all know that you can pretty much buy anything you want whenever you want. Look around you, you see picture frames and you see doorknobs and you see fridges, right? I'm just naming things I see in my room right now, but half those things I bought online and the other half I probably could have, right? And honestly, it's a beautiful thing to be in a position where you kind of connect people with the things they want. And as a marketer, I want to find ways to do that and I want to make a commission on top, right? Now, the really, really smart retailers, they've capitalized on the fact that there are people like me who, want a piece of that pie, right? So they set up these referral programs to pay commissions to everyday people like you and me for marketing and selling their products online for them. Now, if you look here, there's just a few examples of some of these retailers with these referral or affiliate programs, right? And the programs that these huge retailers have in place are really the reason that there's some of the biggest companies on the planet, right? You've got eBay, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Apple, just to name a few here. These guys are so successful because they're leveraging people like us, right? They're basically using people to do the legwork for them and sell their products, right? So that's one way to go here. Now, another way to find products to sell is by joining what's called an affiliate network. And then here are a few of the bigger ones here. What these guys do is they give you access to a kind of a wider variety of retailers that have their own referral programs. So they're basically like the middleman here. Now, I want you to have a look at the URL at the bottom of this slide. And this is something you might see when you're just about to buy something online, right? You look at everythingafter.com there, that's someone's affiliate ID. So that means that someone's getting paid a commission when this purchase is made. And I mean, I want that someone to be me, really. And you should want that someone to be you.
100%, 100%. So this is how it works online, guys. You either have to work with one of these retailers directly, or you're going to need to work with one of these large networks. And as a business owner, you really want to maximize your earnings, right? So what we've done is remove the middleman altogether, so that no one is taking a piece of commission away from you. You know, we set you up with the retailer directly so that you can make more money, and not just working with the retailer directly, but the right retailer. This really makes a huge difference, because look at the pandemic. Not all retailers are created equal. You know, many have gone bankrupt, and you want to make sure that you're connected to ones that you can count on, ones with a strong history and track record, who are going to be there for you in the future and will pay you, and pay you all the commission that you earn. So we've taken care of that all for you in pillar number 1. So let's take a look at pillar number 2, because all you need after that is to find a way to tell your people about your product.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, we identified the products that we want to sell. Now you have to find a way to sell them, right? And this is where the sales funnel comes into play. When it comes to sales, there are really 2 ways to go. Either you go to them or they come to you, right? There's that traditional, I call it the salesy approach. I don't know if that's a word, but that's where you're actively searching out customers, and you're handing out business cards, and you're cold calling, and you're networking, and a lot of times you're basically begging for business, and that's a very hard thing to do. It's for the true salespeople of the world, and that's not me. That's not something I'm very good at. It's not something that most people are very good at. So that's not what we do. Okay, what we do is called attraction marketing, and that's when we bring the sales to us. And I tell you guys, it is a heck of a lot easier than any other way of selling things. Okay, now, attraction marketing is completely useless without a sales funnel, though. So I'm going to turn it over to Nazreen here a little bit so she can kind of get into what exactly that is.
For sure. Thank you. Well, maybe guys, you've never heard of a sales funnel. I remember when I watched my first webinar 4.5 years ago, I certainly didn't. But a sales funnel is not a new concept. In fact, every properly set up online business out there has some form of a sales funnel on their back end. It's just basically another way of saying an automated system, whereby instead of someone, at your business physically that is, going to people saying, you need this product and you should buy this, and hey, you should buy this now. Instead, the online system is giving your customers all the information they need in one place. And so, for example, people can come to my website and they have all the resources they need to make an informed decision when they're ready on their own. And that's how it should be. It removes the pushiness and instead uses that consistency and service, and does this for you 24/7 so that you don't have to. It does this on your behalf. And this happens while you're sleeping, while you're out with your family during the day, whatever. The systems are generating leads for you. And, this happens in my business daily. I wake up and I have email notifications in my inbox showing me that I have leads, or even made sales without me knowing that they're there. A sales funnel streamlines it all, and it makes the process so easy, which after a while does start to feel like you're almost printing your own money.
Yeah. And I mean, when you have a sales funnel that's working like it's supposed to, you're basically putting in money and you're getting back more than you put in, right? And honestly, guys, that's business 101, right? You want to make something where you're putting in $1 and you're getting $2 back, right? Or you're putting in 5 and getting back 100, like you see there. What's beautiful about what we're doing here online is there are no limits. Okay, when you're doing this online, there are no limits. With a sales funnel that's actually working, you should be able to put in like $10,000 and get out $100,000, right? Why not? And who wouldn't do that if they could, right? But you have to remember, this kind of thing only happens when you have a sales funnel that works.
Totally. And the reason, guys, why most people don't even bother considering starting an online business in the first place is because they don't have all the know-how and the time or the money that's required. Take a look at this little list right here, because that's all. These are all literally all the things that you're going to need. And I know that you don't have all that's on this list. Maybe you have one, but most people don't have all of these, and we know that, and that's why you're here. But that's why the system is so successful, because it's already built for people like you. We put together the system, turned it into a well-oiled machine to give you with all of the crucial components built into it so that you can reach the goals that you want without the stress. So in other words, you don't need the technical knowledge, and you don't need design experience. We have a whole tech team on the back end putting together all these moving parts and all of the programs that need to speak to each other, and putting together your website for you. You don't need the marketing know-how. You don't need all this extra time that it's going to take to put together all these complicated pieces, and you don't need anywhere close to the money that it would take to actually do this. You can simply use our system and plug in and go. It's not just about the system, obviously. It's about making the system work for you. We provide you with incredible training to teach you how to take the sales funnel and actually maximize it by not just attracting people to it, but the right people. You want quality leads that will turn into quality buyers for your business. And the rest is letting the system convert them for you as the system engages them on your behalf. They're doing that between the capture page, between the engaging emails, and it's doing that all for you. And this is one big reason why people love working with us, because having this put together so that you can plug in and go, and the technical stuff all maintained for you, saves you thousands of dollars and so much frustration. We've essentially built the vehicle for you, maintain the engine for you, but you get to enjoy driving it. So we take care of all the tough parts so that you can focus on the fun part, which brings us to pillar number 3.
Yeah, this is the fun part, honestly. Like, we found the products to sell. We found a way to sell them. Now we have to find the people to sell them to. Right. And this is where the marketing and the targeting and all the stuff that I've come to find to be really fun comes into play. Right now, I think it's important that we pin down what we mean by traffic and really how important leads are to any business. What a lead is, it's basically just people coming to your business. Right. And I want you to think about your local Walmart, for example. Okay. Let's say they have a parking lot full of people ready to go in and buy a bunch of stuff. And everyone gets out of their cars, they go to the doors and they find that the doors are locked. Well, in that case, Walmart has a whole bunch of leads, but they have no customers because they can't get into the store. Right. No traffic, no sales, bad day for Walmart. Right. Now, let's look at this another way here. Now, just imagine the parking lot again. It's filled with people and everyone goes in and they all spend $1. Right now, 10,000 people go in and spend $1 each. That's still a really bad day for Walmart. So in that case, they have the quantity, but what's really important in business is quality.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're going to show you how to get those quality leads. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. We've made it easy to summarize. We got the right offer. We have the right system to help you introduce that offer to your market. And then we help you understand how to get high quality traffic for your business. And that together is what generates income and revenue. That's easy math, right? So that's why you're here tonight, of course. What I love here is that, when you reduce this down, it's really just about helping people. We all need several things in our life. And, since we can't provide all these things for ourselves, what we do is we end up looking elsewhere to have someone provide it for us. I mean, that's really all business is helping people resolve a need that they have. Sometimes people will call this need a pain point. And I'll give you a quick example. There was one, I already mentioned that I live in Vancouver, and we do not get a whole bunch of snow right here in the city, but once in a while we do. And a few years back we did. And I remember even just from my car to one of my jobs that I had at the time, I was walking in ankle deep snow, and I did not have shoes or boots at the time that were waterproof. And after a couple of days of being pretty miserable, doing my entire serving shift in soaking wet feet, I finally just said, no, I got to go out and find the right boots. I spent a couple $100s on a great quality pair of boots that are completely waterproof, and I still love using them to this day. So that's a good example, but I'm going to personalize my point a little bit further. You're all here to find a way to make a stream of income online from the comfort and safety of your own home, right? And, so if you've come across one of these websites, because we know that you have, because you're here, right? Maybe it looked like this, or maybe it looked a little bit different, inviting you to attend a free webinar, right? You took that offer because built into the system is the message from people like you who have walked the walk already. And here is where you're learning how to resolve that need. Business all works exactly the same way. So, when I came across this opportunity myself in 2017, I had already spent 23 long years as a server, and I was past the point of exhaustion in every way. I was ready, I was ready to own my time and replace my income for good. And that for me was a huge pain point, and this was the solution.
That's it, guys, right? This is the exact system that I'm using. This is the exact system that Nazreen is using, that all these people beside us here are using, right? We basically told you the secret, so why not just go off and do this on your own? And sure, you could, but you are going to run into a couple of huge obstacles. Okay, first off, it's going to take you forever to make your own sales funnel and to make it actually work, right? You need a whole bunch of different programs and software to all work together and talk to each other to actually produce the sales that you're looking for. And that's hard, right? It's taken us years to perfect ours. But I think even more importantly, guys, it's going to really cost you, right? These systems that we're using are pricey. We've actually put together a little list here of some of the platforms that a lot of people are using in the online space. And if you look here, these are really just the basic plain Jane platforms that people are using. But look at the prices here, right? This is not cheap software. We're talking like $22,000 before you even get out of the gate. And I'll be honest here, guys, this is the short list. This isn't everything you'd even need. We didn't bother listing it all because really you don't need to know, right? You have us, right? You don't need to do this on your own. We've got the system built. Really all you have to do is plug into it, skip all that hard stuff, and get right down to business.
And not only, guys, are you going to get to leverage the system here, but you're going to leverage us. Another reason people are so reassured working with us is knowing that they're not walking in being taught by someone who's just got a few weeks experience, but they're actually learning from our global team of experts in the industry. So now it's your turn to leverage us. In other words, you get to use us because we've walked the walk already. No one has ever reached success all on their own. I mean, why would you want to do that and put all that on your shoulders? Here you don't have to. We have countless people making 5 and 6 figure months, 6 and 7 figures annually. Imagine having a mastermind of people around you like that, willing to help, sharing their wisdom, experience, their do's and don'ts, and all to help you build your momentum in your business. That is a huge benefit, and it's absolutely priceless. So let's recap again these 3 pillars. We've found the products already. We've gone out, we've found the products for the system already that produce the high commissions. We have the sales funnel that's already been tested and proven to work over years and over tens of thousands of people. And we know that it works and gets results. And, we have the training to back it all up. It's all very easy to follow, step-by-step modules that are just completely user-friendly. And the fact that this is all automated, saves you so much time. Now, obviously, our system is not 100% automated. I'm still the business owner of my business, so I'm putting in my effort, but all of the most difficult parts are automated to make things so much smoother and simpler for you. So when you close the laptop and you walk away to enjoy your day or evening with your family, your business doesn't stop. So it allows you to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. And this is how we're helping people and how we can help you too. But here's where I'm just going to, ask you guys to pause on this whole presentation for a second so that you can really ask yourself one important question.
When you think about it, it really does kind of all come down to these 3 little words, right? Are you ready? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and learn how to do something that will change your entire life? Are you ready to stop letting other people tell you what your time is worth and kind of, live life on your own terms, right? Or to stop working for other people and building their wealth instead of yours, right? I'll tell you guys, if your answer to any of those questions is yes, you're going to absolutely love what we have to offer tonight. So, Nazreen, let's get into what's on the table here.
Absolutely. So this is it, guys. When you join our team, you're going to be getting all of this stuff. And we're going to go into it a little bit more in detail in a second. But yes, the coaching and the mentorship, because you cannot do this on your own. We are here to support you. And that's both in a personal way with your own coach and mentor assigned to you, as well as the large community of people around you. You get weekly masterminds that you can tap into, all the training in a step-by-step format, and the products as well, all in one space. And speaking on the products, you can sell trinkets and Tupperware or makeup and all those little, cutesy little things, and you can make a little bit of pocket change. But you're not here tonight for that, because pocket change can't change your reality. It really can't. You're here to make serious life-changing income. And for that, you need products that pay high commissions, and we have them. And the cherry on top here, as we said already, is that you're never going to be doing the act of selling in your business anyway. The system is engaging your leads on your behalf and doing that selling for you. And then there's our personal coaching program. And this is where you're going to have the chance to get on the phone for a one-on-one coaching call with one of our experienced top coaches, a leader in our community, to help you and strategize with you on the best plan of action that is catered for you to have the best success based on what you want to achieve in your business. And you're going to be working for yourself, but not by yourself, right? And we've made that really, really clear tonight. The continual personal and community support never, ever goes away. And here's where you can attend weekly meetings to hear directly the specific strategies from our 6 and 7-figure earners. And all the training is recorded as well, which includes the meetings, so that you can refer back to them again and again. And what you're going to learn is how to leverage the power of social media marketing. Facebook, Google, YouTube, all of these are not just for killing time and keeping in touch with friends and watching funny videos, although that's all great too. But these are the biggest business platforms in the world, guys. Facebook alone has 1.9 billion active users daily, on a daily basis. And I know you've seen the ads online, right? They're everywhere. And the only people really thriving during this really difficult time right now are the business owners on the other end, because they're at home and you're at home, and they still have a way to get their business, whether it's a service or a product, in front of you. And that's why it's so important to your success to learn how to use these powerful platforms for your business, because you need these skills, and that's why it's all built into our training. And I know it sounds like a lot, right? But you're not doing this alone, not ever, not in any phase of your business. And unlike a typical solopreneur where you have to figure things out on your own, here there are thousands of people in every time zone to help you. So throw your questions at them and see what's working for them and what's not. And no matter how often you get stuck, there are so many people here to help you get unstuck. You know, everyone knows Oprah Winfrey, right? She started from nothing and she built an empire. And I love what she says. She says, surround yourself only with people who will take you higher. And that's exactly what we do every day for our business owners. So maybe the best thing I can do at this point is bring it back to you, Garrett, because, you know, you and Jill had no previous experience and you guys are absolutely killing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead right? I had never had a business in my life, right? No sales, no marketing, nothing like that. And like you said, I was one of those people that just looked up old friends. That was my social media experience, right? Or looked at stupid videos, right? I didn't even know what a Facebook ad was, to be honest, or Meta. You know, I know without a doubt in my mind that I could not have done any of this without my mentors, right? And now, you know, what happens here is you kind of evolve. I'm in the position to mentor myself now. And you know, I can see what people need help with, and I can help them because chances are I needed help with the exact same thing. Right. And that's really how it works for all of us, right? Every single person beside me here has their own mentor, and I can guarantee you that they are all better off for it. Right. And what's so cool about what we're doing here is that you're using the same system that your mentor is using. Right. And this is the system that let me leave a 12-year Navy career. Right. And spend all this time with my family. Right. But, you know, honestly, guys, I know what it's like. You know, I didn't have $20,000, $30,000 lying around to start an online business either, right? That was out of the question before. It wasn't that long ago. I was driving around this crappy blue minivan where, you know, if you open the sliding door, it would like literally fall off. And we would park away from the school, dropping the kids off just because we were so embarrassed, right? We were just flat broke. And you know, I've been there, right? I will never go back though, because of this exact system. Right. And that's because I didn't have to pay, what is it, $21,600, right, to start my business. And that's really something to think about. Okay. So let's get down to brass tacks here, guys. You know, it's been like 40 minutes or so now. We've talked about what we do. We talked about how we do it and how literally anyone with a connection to the internet can do this too. But it's probably time we get into what we're offering here. Okay. So here it is. The offer of a lifetime. For $149, you can join our system and you can start your own online business. And I want you to think about this, guys. I've done the math. compared to $22,000, that's like a 99% discount. Okay. This is an absolute no-brainer.
And we need to be clear here, guys. This is not a subscription. This is not a monthly charge at all, but a one-time charge only. I mean, you might be asking, how can we possibly do this for so little? Well, when you work with a group as large as ours, we have the benefit of mass purchasing power, which just means that the savings can be passed on to you, which is why in all these years, we've never and will never make this a monthly fee, ever. And for those of you who have had a business before, I mean, you know what an amazing opportunity this is. And for those of you who have decided to join tonight, well, here's what you're going to need to do next. You're going to click that button up there that says join our team. And we mean it when we say team, guys. It means that from here on, we are in this together. You're not doing this alone. And when you click on that button, we then send you an email with some really important links and some next steps. We're going to send you some vital information packed into some videos that goes far more in depth so that you can fully understand all the ins and outs of this business. And, you can watch those videos as often as you need to with whoever you want. We want you to understand how this business model really works in detail and exactly how it can help you and your family. And you're going to get to see all of the products and understand how they work. And of course, the commissions, which everyone's so excited to see, and to see the strategies on how we can make some really incredible money in this business. I'm talking strategies that, we've applied and used for years so that you can actually start applying them right away. And we're also going to add you to our private Facebook group so that you can check us out really, really well. You really snoop us, And this step is really a big part of your research too, and doing your due diligence. And I really believe it's so important so that you can really see the faces of the people behind this group. So you can see how real we are, see the system, see the real results all in one place. And here tonight, there's just a few of us down below here, and Garrett and myself, our Facebook group, like I said, hit over 100,000 people. So obviously we can't invite everybody on here, but you're going to be able to see that when you join our group. And lastly, you're going to have a link to book your one-on-one coaching call with your assigned coach. And this is where you're going to have that uninterrupted time with your coach, one of our successful leaders in the community, where we can help come up with a game plan to help you get started in the best way possible that's catered for you. For a second here, guys, I'm going to talk about integrity because this is super important. Business is all about relationships, and you can't have quality relationships without integrity. Integrity is absolutely everything to us, and it's our driving force, and we completely stand by it. It's what our community is built on, and we don't sacrifice respect for one another for anything. And it shows itself everywhere you look. We pride ourselves on a beautifully diverse community in every way. Different ages and gender, culture, it doesn't make any difference. Respect is given to everyone, and it shows in how we interact with each other, how transparent we are with each other, and it exists in the very way we help each other succeed. We push ourselves to constantly provide our people with 24-hour full access to training and systems so that they can maintain control of their business to maximize their earnings. But we are a community that will expect you to be passionate about your business, a community that will expect you to push yourself and be self-driven. The success of your business will be your drive. It's all up to you, your drive and your motivation. Even with all these systems and tools, it makes zero difference how badly I want this for you. It's 100% up to you to show up and put in the effort. So this could be your life-changing moment, your line in the sand, your breaking point where you decide that enough's enough and you want to finally do something that you've never been able to do before, or maybe something you never dreamed was possible before. This is it. This is your chance to create a life with more time and more income than you ever thought was possible. So here it is, guys. This is your chance of a lifetime. If you've ever wanted to, find a way to work online with a business of your own, but you've never had any idea how to break into the online space, this is your chance. And you do not need to be a tech guru. Like we've already said it so many times already, but it's worth saying again. You do not need to be a tech person or computer savvy or have a business background, or it doesn't matter. We have you covered in every step of the way. And we're saving you time here. We're saving saving you money and to skip all of those terrible, frustrating mistakes that most people will and do make when they do this on their own. Again, we like to compact things and put it under one roof. Like I said before, we're giving you the vehicle, we're maintaining it for you. It's just about, handing you the keys and just saying, enjoy the ride, Take a look at the job quitters again. Guys, if you've ever felt stuck in your job for too long, and like I said, 23 years in serving, God, I was past my expiration date for quite a few years, but you know what that's like. Maybe you've wanted to work for yourself and you've dreamed of the day that you could walk into your boss's office and tell him or her those two beautiful words, I quit. You can. And look at all these faces. Look at all these people who have paved the way for you. And this is a small fraction of our job quitters. We cannot fit all of them in one tiny little space here. But imagine being, surrounded by people like this, people that you can ask questions to and engage with, mastermind and strategize with, people that can help you in every way. And, if this pandemic, oh goodness, if this pandemic ever happens again, or God forbid, I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody does, right? But if it ever happens again, you'll at least have the security of knowing that you're already online and you have something in place and set up. I know many people that have struggled during 2020 and that still do in different ways. And my heart just goes out to them, and for us personally, my husband and I, because we had this in place already, when COVID hit, our business didn't change anything. It kept going like clockwork. So guys, if $149 can change your life for good in the ways that we're talking about, I've got to think that, you can see why it's worth it. And Garrett, I'm going to pull you back here for just one last time, just to tell everyone exactly what they're getting and why this is a totally secure transaction.
Okay, so let's break this all down. First off, you are getting access to the product mix that will make you the most amount of money in the least amount of time, quite simply. Okay. We're going to show you how to use the most powerful marketing tool on planet Earth to get your message out there. And we're going to keep you on top of your game with these weekly masterminds and personal mentorship. Okay. Now, guys, you're getting plugged into an automated system here, which means that you're really going to be able to finally make money while you sleep, or while you're laying on the beach, or while you're watching a hockey game, or whatever you want, right? And how this actually rolls out here is that for every single person who joins our platform, you're getting plugged into a custom tailored part of our system, which means that we're defining every single aspect of this as yours. We're putting you in the position of expert here, right? You're the person or the business, I guess, that everyone wants to work with, right? And that's why this works for our people. So in a nutshell, guys, this is what you're getting. And I tell you, it's a heck of a lot, but we are going to step it up just one more notch here. I mean, for you now, you're still learning and you're still pretty new to this, and you're going to be figuring things out for a while here. So we're going to take all the stress right off. Okay. We're going to let you check out everything for a full month, completely risk-free. Okay, which means that you're getting a full 30 days to decide if this is for you. And if for whatever reason it's not, all you have to do is ask and we'll refund your $149. Now, there is one condition on that, and I think you'll agree this is totally fair. All that we ask is that you don't get your refund after you've had your coaching call. Okay, and the reason for that's really simple, right? Our coaches are compensated for their time out of that $149. Okay. And everybody's time is worth something, right? Your time is valuable. Their time is valuable too. So once you've had that coaching call and your coach has sat down with you and taken time to understand what's going on in your life and really come up with a plan that's going to get you going in your own business here, obviously you're not going to qualify for a refund at that point. Okay. And I think that's pretty fair. But anytime within the 30 days before that call, all you have to do is ask. Now, you know what, guys? I'll close out by saying this, right? This has literally changed every aspect of my life and my family's life in absolutely remarkable ways. If I hadn't clicked that button that you're looking at right now, I would definitely still be in the Navy. I'd be stuck at sea somewhere weird. I'd be missing my family. I'd be going nowhere, right? But instead, because I took that chance on myself 5 years ago, because we reached that kind of the line in the sand moment where we just said enough is enough, for the last, I guess it's been 2 years now of pandemic, I've been safe at home with my family. And that is absolutely everything to me, right? So maybe this is your line in the sand moment right now too, but you really won't know until you try, guys. Okay, so our part is done here tonight. I'm going to turn it over to the rest of the presenters now so we can kind of get into the good stuff and hear some really amazing stories. So on behalf of Nazreen and I want to thank you for watching, folks, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nisreen and Garrett, for that amazing presentation. I always have goosebumps when I'm hearing these presentations, even if it's been a while now. But you know what, guys? $149 that are refundable in 30 days, that's exactly what you are paying to see more about this incredible opportunity. So I'm not gonna keep you longer. I'm just gonna give the floor to our first presenter, and we are going to Kitchener, Ontario. Ruth, my dear, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's night in somewhere, so I'm glad to see you all here. My name is Ruth Yosef. I live in Kitchener, Ontario, in Canada. I am originally from Eritrea. I am in the nursing field at the moment. So before I started this business, I came across this business in 2019, and I was living in Uganda back then. So we were planning to move to Canada. And when we first moved to Canada, life was totally different here from where we came from. Me and my husband came with 3 kids, and life was really hard. We only lived here for 1 month, and it was too much for us because we had to work in different shifts because we didn't want to send our youngest one to the daycare because she was only 1 year and 9 months. And where we came from, we were not even used or familiar with sending our kids to daycares because it's the family who looks after our kids. So in order to prevent this one, we said like, okay, so since I have checked this business before and I really wanted to do it, this must be the time. So right after 3 months in Canada, we started this business, and we don't want to look back because the results were really amazing. Not only that our daughter didn't go to daycare until she started her JK. She just started this year and she never went to daycare. And that was something that I wanted to do from the beginning, because the moment that we started our business, it did not take long to pick up the business to pick up. So I cut my hours by half, and then I was staying most of the time at home. If you are struggling with spending time with your family, this is an opportunity. This is something that you can still do whatever you're doing. It's not something that you have to start this business and you have to quit something that you're doing. So this is a very, very amazing opportunity for everyone who is watching this. I was at the same spot just like you 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. It will be 3 years now on March. Starting this business, and I have seen a lot of great results in this business. I have been doing the training for about 3 weeks because I had to fit in with my family time, and I was working full time by then. And the training was really easy. It was video based. It is a friendly training, and then you'll get to learn a lot from that. I'm not a tech savvy. I don't know much of a technology. I use it even to change my profile, my Facebook profile, once in 5 months. But when I came across this business, I started to learn a lot about social medias. So this business, when I started, I actually thought that if it can cover some amount of the salary that I make from my regular work, and then it would be okay for me, But it surpassed my salary, and my income started to get higher. So the good thing about this business is there is no going back. You always upgrade. Like you increase your incomes. You don't keep going down as long as you work hard on it. So my highest income in this business so far is 6,200 per month, and that is with the job that I was doing before. That was like a triple time of my salary. So anyone who is who is interested in this business, the hardest thing to do is to start. It's just like when we're starting a car, the hardest, or the moment that would take us a little bit time, is to start. But if it starts running, it doesn't stop. So this is a great opportunity because of this business. Like I said, that we've been in Canada only 3 years, and we were able to buy our own house in 3 years. And it's not something that we can actually do when we're just being employed. So this is something that you can do on your own time, because when I'm doing this business, like I said, like I have 3 kids, and like trying to fit in the times with your kids' time, and then working in a job is not easy. But the good thing about this business is it's a schedule that I put on my own. I don't have specific schedules. I don't have to rush to drop my kids, to pick up my kids because I have to be somewhere. The good thing is, like, my job, my business is on my laptop and on my phone, which we actually carry our phones wherever we go, right? So this is a great opportunity that you can get, and as it's been all mentioned in the explanations, there are a lot of benefits, and you get a lot of support from our training and from our community. So you're here for a reason, and then I want you to look forward and make a step. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. You have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for sharing your story. You know, I resonate with you because I moved in Canada in 2011 with my husband only, and we had the kids here. So I know how it is to be there, and I want to congratulate for all your results. It's incredible when you can you have an extra stream of an income coming into your home. So thank you for sharing your story. We're gonna go now in Texas. We're gonna go in New Jersey to Sophia.
Hi, thank you, Iwana. Before I share my story, I'd like to greet everyone a great evening, great morning, and afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Sophia Solomon. I'm from New Jersey, USA, but I was born and raised in the Philippines. Me and my husband are both physical therapists, and we have 2 teen daughters. I have worked as a physical therapist for more than 15 years here in the US. But the last 3 years, I have been a full-time mom and wife, and a very proud online entrepreneur. You might ask how I ended up becoming a business owner in the digital space from being a physiotherapist in the clinic. Well, it was 4 years ago when I woke up one day with an excruciating pain in my neck. And the next thing I know, I have no more strength in my right arm to move it. I had to go through an emergency spinal surgery to save my spinal cord and my right arm from getting totally paralyzed. Thanks be to God, the surgery was successful. I am well and I can use my right arm now, but not as much as I used to be. After months of rehabilitation, I'm supposed to go back to the job, but I was anxious, knowing that in the clinic, I would be lifting and doing strenuous activities that could likely hurt my delicate spine again. I thought about my family. My kids are young, and my husband needs me. So I started to look for something that is not physically demanding as my job, but still in the line of my profession. But all of the jobs I was interested in required computer skills, which I do not have. To be honest, I was a technophobic. And some of those jobs also require high level of social and speaking skills. And my level of skills in those areas are not that great either. So basically, I didn't qualify. I ended up frustrated because in as much as I want to protect myself from getting hurt again, I also need to help my husband with our financial needs of the family. I need to have an income. We have mortgage and bills to pay. And not to mention that our family loves to eat and we also wants to go to different places. Then one day, I saw in my Facebook feed a sponsored ad with a picture of a mother and her 2 kids talking about an online business. How she replaced her 9-to-5 job to be with her kids. No experience needed and doesn't need to be a computer wizard. I was thinking this is great, but I was also thinking that there must be a catch to this. But when I read that it says, you train at your own speed, you have a mentor that is there anytime you need an assistance, it got me kind of curious. So I clicked on it, and even with hesitation and a lot of skepticism, I typed in my name and my email address. And the next thing I know, I'm watching the replay of the webinar. Then I paid the refundable trial package, which was $99 back then in 2019. Then now it's $149. So you better start it now. Fast forward, it took me about 2.5 weeks to finish my video-based training, spending 2 to 3 hours a day in it. Then another week and my business was up and running. I was so elated to be able to create an amazing business that was digital. It was fun and full of new discoveries. And since this business is online, I'm now communicating with people from different industries, from different countries of the world. It's such an amazing feeling to be interacting with people, working with them achieve their goals and their dreams in this business. Now, I'm glad to say that just last month in November, we became mortgage free. Yes, we completed and finished our mortgage, and now we own our home. Our family is always excited every time checks are in the mailbox. There are so many blessings that I'm thankful for just being in this business. But definitely, I'm so grateful that it paved the way for me to be able to take great care of mine and my family's health and well-being, and at the same time, bring an income to sustain it. Thank you, Orth. And that's my story. I hope you found some value and inspiration in it. Thank you all for listening. May God bless your dreams and your desires. Now back to you, Iwana.
Thank you so much, Sophia. That was a great story. Thank you for sharing that with us. You are mortgage free. That's amazing. That's incredible. I know there are so many people in our community that were able to pay off their homes. So that is what can happen when you decide to take your life in your hands and you start something that you are proud of. So thank you so much for sharing your story. So we are going right now, we are going in Texas. Hi, Omolara, the floor is yours, my dear.
Hi, Rona, thank you so much. To everybody watching us this evening, I want to say, wherever you're watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Omolara. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm a mom of 3 wonderful boys. And I was formerly, before I left Nigeria in 2006, I was working as an airline ticketing and then boarding officer. So when I got to America, to US in 2006, for one reason or the other, I found myself in an healthcare field. And so I've been working as an healthcare professional since 2007 up to date. And so being in the United States has gave me so much opportunity, because while I was working, I was working full time. I had 2 full-time jobs and 1 PRN, all because we have to pay bills. It's a lot of bills piling up, so I had to look for other things to do. I have 2 full-time and 1 PRN. So at some point, when I started this job, I do not have time for my children anymore. I don't have time for myself, even to take care of myself. It's so hard. And being a single mom, it's been so hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been so hard being a single mom of 3 boys. And so I had to take up the job, juggling from one place to another. At the end of the day, it was telling on my health. So there was this particular year, I remember vividly, this particular year, in a year, I went to the emergency room three good times. The first time, the EMS came to pick me up at home. The second time, same thing happened. The third time, they came to pick me up at work. And so at a point, I sat down, I said to myself, is this how I'm going to continue to live the rest of my life? Juggling from one job to another. I'm not in the life of my children. Anything they do at school, I'm hardly there. And it bothers me a lot. And so my kids, when they come back from school, they're like, oh, mommy, you are not at the meeting. You are not at the event. So it broke my heart. I was saying to myself and to my God, I crying to God that, God, if only you can give me something to do that is going to be flexible, that I'm not going to work so hard, because it's telling on my health. I keep going back to the hospital, keep seeing different specialists, simply because there was no time for me to relax. Jumping, I'm clocking out from this job, I'm going to another job. Clocking out from here, I'm going to another job. And so most of the time, if I'm coming back from work, going to another work, I'll be driving and be sleeping on the steering. And everybody knows what can happen at the end of the day. There could be an accident, anything can happen. So that's why I said, I need something. So on a very faithful day, on a particular day, I was watching a YouTube and I saw this very beautiful ad of a couple saying something about online business. And, I've been trying to do something, just to leave either 1 PRN, leave 1 full-time and be left with just 1 full-time and know that I have something, something to fall back on. So I saw this beautiful ad. I clicked on it. They said I watched this 90-minute webinar, which I did. But at first, I was so skeptical because I tried to do some business in the past and I was scammed. But because I saw this couple, they are from my country. I'm from Nigeria, like I said, originally from Nigeria. They are from my country. And I said, oh, this will be a good fit for me. And immediately I look at the advert. I send a message to them. I click on the link. I say, I didn't even waste time because I know I needed this change for myself, for my children, for me to be to have financial freedom, for me to be able to take good care of my children, for me to be able to take care of myself because of my health. My health is depreciating. And so I said, no, I need a change. I reached out to her and then I paid the $149 and I was in the business because like I said, this is the change I need. So I didn't even stay too much, being skeptical about it. Then I joined the business. My training, after I paid the $149, I watched this video-based training, which took me about three good weeks. I finished my training in 3 weeks. And then the next week after the training, in 1 month, my business started up and running. So I've been able to after I started my business in 2 years, this month makes me 2 years in this business. And I'm giving glory to God Almighty simply because I've been able to replace, my business has replaced 1 full-time job and 1 PRN job, leaving me with just 1 full-time. And all glory to God once again. Within this period of having this business, I was able to pay off my student loan that I've been laying on my neck for more than 10 years. So I was able to pay this student loan. I was able to pay off my 2 car notes, then also pay off credit cards. So now I'm debt free. So if you're out there looking or watching us, you joining us tonight, this is a business you can do, right? It's a business you can do whereby you have financial stability, whereby you can travel at any time. Because also I wanted to travel, but there was no time for me. But since this business, I started this business, I was able, for the first time in 17 years, I was able to travel to my country, Nigeria, this year. And so that has given me joy, being with my family, with my kids. I have time for myself. I no longer see specialists. I didn't allow them to use my body as a as a training with my body. So all that has stopped. So ẹ̀yin tèmi tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí tẹ́ wá láti ìlú Nàìjíríà, mo fẹ́ fi opportunity sọ fún yín pé business yìí ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún gbogbo wa. If I can do it, every other person out there can do it. So thank you, and God bless you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much. That was a great story. Like you can see, guys, we are from different countries, living in different places on this earth, and we come together in this incredible community of entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We're gonna go now to Dasola. My dear, the floor is yours.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good morning, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dasola Salami. I live in Maryland, USA, and I'm originally from Nigeria. Myself and my husband relocated to United States of America 2009, and we were both IT professionals back in Nigeria. And when you come to a new ground, you expect things to be rolling the way it was where you were coming from. But that was not the case. I tell you, it's like we were starting all over again. We were just starting all over again. And getting here, I couldn't find myself in that same field that I was coming from. So I decided to go back to college to do my postgraduate, likewise my husband. And thank God, at the end of it, he was able to secure a good job. And I was still searching. I was still there searching. And we found out that even despite the fact that we were working, things were not adding up. As at that time, our first daughter was in college, and we still have, another one almost getting closer. And we're talking to ourselves, how are we going to do this? Even with all the work, all the income that is coming up, we were not able to really put something apart to our own level, as against our retirement. Things were not just adding up. Well, thank God, usually when I come across this digital online ad, I will just keep it. For one reason or the other, I will just keep it. But on this particular fateful day, I saw this very ad from a medical professional in Manchester, and something just pushed me, to listen to it to the end. And right there, I was like, let me try. And even as at that time, we had applied for a franchise, we were turned down, and that happened at the very tail of when we were turned down for that franchise. So I'm like, maybe God is, talking to us to try this out. And that was it. I paid the $149. Initially, I was skeptical, but my husband just pushed me and like, come on, go ahead. Life is a risk. So we did pay the $149, and then I watched the webinar. I watched the webinar, the coaching call, and right there, about a month after, I decided to be a full, blown business owner, and that was how my journey started. In this business, like people have been saying, we all have different reasons, and that's been part of my own reason why I started the business, just to be able to put something together, for our kids who are going to college, and also to have something to fall back on as a retirement plan. When I started this business, my training, I did it under 4 weeks. Though I was still working, but I usually ensure that I put in 2 to 3 hours every day, just to make sure that I finish the training on time. And by the end of the 6th week, my business was up and running. I was really excited when I saw everything coming together, before my very own eyes. I'm like, oh my God, look at my website, look at everything. I was so happy. And then again, one thing again about this business is that, things that I like about it is that it gives me that flexibility. Ever since I've been working, we're always trying to go on vacation, but when we look at the amounts, the cost of the going on vacation, we'll tell ourselves, no, let's put this thing aside. But to the glory of God, with this business, we've been able to go on vacation more than 1 week, and the business has paid for it without even having to look back at all for anything. One of my biggest day in this business was a month that I made $9,360. I was like, wow. Initially, when I started and I see other people's testimony, I'll be asking myself, am I going to be here? Am I going to reach here? But to God be glory. God brought me to that same level, and I made $9,316 in a month. I was so excited, and I thank God for that. I never looked back, in starting that business. And again, the thing I like about the business, like I say, is you can go anywhere with your business. no matter who you are, no matter what profession that you're doing. And I want to use this medium to encourage people out there, or perhaps they're on the webinar, you're thinking, oh, I have a good job. My job can, is paying me so well. I tell you, things happen. Like my colleague used to say, life can happen to anyone. So it's better to start something, put something on the side, like a plan B or plan A, whatever you want to call it, and then you have something to fall back on. And that is, I'm so glad that my family were able to do that, because one of the things again is that we had lost job on two occasions. And during these 2 times, I tell you, it was not easy at all. All the emergency fund that we put aside, we spent it up until the last dollar. And that was when I'm like, oh, something has to happen. But to God be the glory. God has been so helping us. And since I started the business, I do not have any cause to regret. God has been helping me. When my second daughter was going to college, we didn't take any school loan because of this business, because we were putting something aside, thinking that when she's going to college, we have to. And God help us. We didn't take a school loan for her, and she's right now she's a junior in college right now, and we didn't take any loan for her. Next year, 2023 April is going to be 2 years that I started this business. I actually started fully April 2021. So I'm not up to 2 years in this business, but I can tell you that I've done amazing things and God has been so helpful to me. So if you're out there thinking or contemplating whether we should do the business or not, I tell you, what you're going to gain, the professional development and the growth and every other thing that you're going to gain from this business, you cannot quantify it outside there. So take that step of faith, like majority of us on this panel has done. Take the step of faith, pay the 149, and then leave the rest to God. You'll be surprised and see how amazing God is going to turn things around for you. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much. That was a great, I'm so happy when we have people coming here and they talk about their experience and share their experience. So all of us, we can see that we are regular people. We have our own struggles. But we decided one day that we want more for ourselves. And here we are, having our own businesses. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. We're going to go now to Dawn, my dear, from Seattle.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be here tonight. My name is Dawn Phong Ly. I'm originally from Vietnam. I moved to the United States 24 years ago and have lived in Seattle, Washington with my family. Before doing this business, I have 15 years of working in a newspaper company. Nowadays, people don't read newspaper that much since everything is on social media. Newspapers are becoming an old-fashioned. I have to find another job or another company to work for or a backup plan. But it was very hard to find one during the pandemic. Luckily, I saw an ad about this business. I thought it was perfect for my part-time job. So I took action right away, and I spent about 2 hours on it. I expected to earn about 1,000 or 2,000 per month, but after running it for 8 months, I was able to make $10,500 last month. I'm very happy about the results, and I'm very happy what I have earned so far from this business. I would like to thank you to the founders of this business model. Thank you, my coach. Thank you, my mentor, and all my business partners that helped me on a successful journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. What I love about our business is that we do have that mentor and coach, and the relationships that we have with people are absolutely incredible. So you have someone to reach out every time when you have something going on. And that's amazing. You will never gonna find a business where you have a mentor and coach that will guide you. So thank you so much for sharing your story. We're gonna go now in Florida. San, my dear, the floor is yours.
Hello. Good night, good morning, ladies and gentlemen on the world. My name is Sang Hoang. I'm so happy to be here tonight. I original from Vietnamese. I am a Buddhist nun, but now I live in Florida, USA. I'm so happy. This is a wonderful, amazing business. Now I feel very grateful because today my health is not good. I feel a cold flu because the winter, the cold weather. But I feel very happy and feel lucky because I can stay at home and resting. I don't need to go out to work like 1 year ago. I found this business 1 year ago, and like the people, I want to be more freedom, finance, and more quality life, more time with my parents because I'm single. I don't marry. I want to spend time with my parents, help them, and take care of them better. But I want more finance to take care of myself because I don't bother my parents. And I found this business and I did part time 1 or 2 hours a day. And now 1 year ago, I can quit another job and I stay at home and enjoy my life, spend time with my parents, and in this business, I feel I have a lot of friendship. Especially, I have a second wonderful family in this community on the world. So I feel my heart very open, very happy, and like the people on the people, I'm very shy person. My English is the second language, so I just know a little bit English, the basic English, and my technology just know simple copy and paste, and I never do the online business before. But I'm so very grateful again because in this business we have mentor and coach always beside us, help us and help us and share experience for us. That's why after 1 year I have a successful and my income very high than another job. I can get 5-figure income like around 10 and 15,000 a month. That's amazing. So I would love to inspire everyone in the world, especially Vietnamese people. Let's pay 149 and the coach and mentor will contact right away and share and guiding more understand this business. Xin chào tất cả mọi người, mình là Sang Hoàng, mình là một nữ tu sĩ Phật giáo. Sang tham gia công việc này được 1 năm và sau 1 năm thì Sang hoàn toàn yên tâm về cái thu nhập của mình rất là tốt. Nên Sang rất là mong mọi người cho mình một cơ hội đóng phí. Sau khi đóng phí sẽ có người mentor và người coach trực tiếp hướng dẫn cho mình tìm hiểu. Thank you so much. I'm be here to inspire everyone, and I'm very thankful for my for the founder in this business, for my mentor, my coach, and my business partner help me to develop my business. Thank you so much, and thank you, and back to you, Ivan.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. You know what, guys? When people are coming here and they say, "Oh, English is not my first language," we are all coming from different backgrounds, And yeah, English is not our first language, but we can adapt. And our training, it's so organized, well organized, that you can do exactly what they are telling you to do, even if English is not your first language. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for talking from heart, and for being here with us tonight. So I'm going back to Texas to Emilia. The floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you so much, Joanna. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Emilia Ungu, and of course, I live in Katy, Texas. I'm originally from Nigeria. So I have three girls and a boy. So I came to United States in 2016 with my children. So I worked in an oil and gas industry in my country, and then I moved here, and then I got a job with an American tech multinational company. And I started working there, and then over the days, the weeks, the months, I realized that it was getting really very stressful for me. My health was depreciating. I felt very sick, and I have this incessant headaches all the time. And then I get back home, I didn't have much time to spend with my children. I wasn't involved in their schoolwork, and having girls, it was a formative stage, and I wanted to be there in their lives, and at the same time pay our bills. The bills were piling up, and I had this barrage of bills coming. So I knew that something had to happen. I just had to do something to help, pay the bills, at the same time have time to spend with my children, my girls in particular. So this day, I prayed to God, and I said, God, please show me something to do in this country. I know that there must be something out there for me. So after the prayer, I was checking the internet, and then I came upon this couple talking about this business as well. And then I looked into their eyes for some reason, and I believed what they were saying. And immediately I plugged in, I signed up and I watched the webinar. And I heard everyone, just like you all are hearing us today, listening to us today, talking about this business. And I was blown away, because I know that I'm not tech savvy. For one, I don't have the business acumen. So, and I was told that I was going to be taught, there were mentors and all that. So I knew that definitely this might be it for me. So, and I plugged in, because I wanted something that would help, to cushion and to help my health one part, and at the same time, give me that time to my children. So I didn't want a business that will require, I'm having to spend time again at the business and then spend time going to work. So I wanted a plan B that would be a little bit better, and something that would give me more time with my kids, but at least pay my bills. So I came on board, and I started this business a little less than a year ago. So I'm just a couple of months into the business, but honestly, it's been amazing. Last month, I made the equivalent of what I make in my job in a month, and I just couldn't believe it. Okay, and then it took me about, when I plugged in, I was kind of a bit laid back, because I had some issues that period. So I did not start my training immediately, but I still started my training. And right after that, it took me about 2 weeks and a half or something thereabout, or 3 weeks, to actually get my training. I actually got so excited when I saw all that I could, I could learn, and all that was there for me. So I was so excited, and I was, very upset with myself. Why didn't I start this thing, much earlier? So I was so desirous. My coach was there for me. My mentor was there for me. They were all, kind of rooting for me. So I started, and it took me about 3 weeks to start the business. And that was it. And I started, and I hadn't looked back since then. So I just want to encourage everyone out there who is still laid back, who is like the fence, pay the $149, is 30 days refundable, and then come in and see, is this for you or not? And then, make your own decision, because we are all here saying the same thing. We are all in this business, and you can see all the smiles on our faces, because it has really helped to assuage some bills, helped us to be there with our children, enabled us to travel around the world. So I want to thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and to share my success story with everyone. Thank you so much, Ivana. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Emilia. That was a great presentation of your story. And like I said, I enjoy when people are coming here and they are so enthusiastic about their business and about their doing. You know what? I was listening to an audiobook a few days ago, and it was saying, do you know any people that had success that didn't like what they are doing? I don't think so. So if you love what you do, if you enjoy, if you have that passion, it's impossible not to have success. So I'm very happy and grateful that you were here and you shared your story, Emilia, with us.